Hey nerds, this is Pam coming to you from Stationary Nerd. Today we're going to talk about my word of the year. I know, it's January 10th as I'm filming this, so it's taken me a little bit longer than most people. Usually people have this figured out, I don't know, weeks ago or even in December or something, but yeah, well, it is what it is, you know? So, first of all, I want to make sure that you know that there is a blog post on Stationary Nerd that talks about my process for choosing a word. And I'll link it below so you can check it out. But there's basically 5 or actually probably 6 different steps to choosing my word of the year. So the very first step is doing an annual review of my old goals. So I looked back at 2020 and my goals for 2020, just like everybody else, kind of went out the window, and let's not even talk about it. So basically everything that I had planned to do in 2020 just didn't happen. So we're just going to move on and kind of skip that step. However, the next step in my process is to kind of do a rough outline of what my goals are for the year. And it's usually not something that I do at this time of the year. I am the type of person who does not think that January 1st is the start of the year, of at least my year. I usually do my goal setting, my annual review, and my, my really detailed action plan for the year on my birthday, and that's in mid-February. However, this year feels a little different. So I have actually dived a little bit more deeply into goal setting than I normally would at this time of the year. And I think a lot of that has to do with the word that I chose. So I kind of, 2020 was super busy for me because I was so involved in the pandemic and communication to the public. I work at a government agency with public health department, and a lot of my time during 2020 was dealt specifically with the pandemic response and communicating and educating the public about what information they needed to know about the current state of health in the area where I work. So needless to say, I put in a lot of hours, lots and lots and lots of overtime, and I didn't have a lot of time to myself, and I really wanted to reclaim that time this year and figure out a way to make significant changes in my own personal life, as well as Stationary Nerd, but knowing that we're not out of the pandemic and I'm not going to have a ton of time. So some of the words that I was thinking about as I was looking at my goals, which is step number 3 in the process, is to brainstorm some words that go with the goals that you are roughly outlining for the coming year. So I really wanted to play more because I worked a lot. So you can see, I wanted to reclaim my time, find a balance between work and the hustle of work and home life. I also wanted to learn some new things, and I wanted to get back to Stationary Nerd and make sure that I was giving you guys the focus that you deserve, actually not just what you deserve, but I love Stationary Nerd and I love playing with all of these stationery supplies. So as I was going through my brainstorming of what my word of the year was going to be, you can see, and I'll zoom in here a little bit. So this actually started back around Christmas time when I was in this smaller journal, and I was really just brainstorming some goals, brainstorming some ideas. I don't know why I was writing in pencil, which was very weird for me. But this is the page that started. And then here in my new journal, I was doing some more brainstorming. I've got 2, 3, like 4 different pens here, so I kept coming back to this page. And then just the other day, I was really brainstorming about a daily routine, and daily is really where I ended up. Consistency, doing something every single day, and then I kind of did a little bit of a mind map, like what if I did daily as my word? What areas of my life do I want to touch? And then it all comes back to this formula here. And I wrote it in here. I've known this forever. I've said it many times in the past, but 20 minutes. So if you spend 20 minutes a day, every day for 365 days in a year, at the end of the year, you have spent 120 hours on that task. So doing 20 minutes every day on the same thing gets you a significant amount of time at the end of the year. So that's where I am. My word of the day, my word of the year is actually daily, because there are some things that I want to do every single day, and I'm really focused on that little formula of 20 minutes a day. Anybody can do anything for 20 minutes a day, right? I mean, set a timer, do the thing, move on with your day. So, as it relates to my house, if you can imagine spending almost an entire year working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, the house kind of takes a hit. So I really want to spend some significant time in this coming year just working on the house, decluttering, going through some storage rooms, going through boxes of stuff that's been, you know, piled up in a storage room for years that I've never touched. So it's a decluttering process for home, but done in 20-minute segments. For myself, there's lots of different things that I want to work on for personal development, but I felt like everything kind of got back to reading. I've been saying for years that I want to read more often, and I think the way to do that is just give myself a timer every day, 20 minutes. If I go over, that's great, but at least 20 minutes doing it every day. And then for Stationary Nerd, oh, I have a cat going on over here. So for Stationary Nerd, my goal is to publish something every day. And you will have seen some of that going on in the past 10 days or so. But yeah, I'm really trying to publish something for you guys every day in 2021. So whether it's an email blast or a blog post or a video or a new book, or even just a social media post or a journaling prompt or something, I want you guys to see me more often in this coming year. So where does that take me? So as you know, this is the journal that I'm in for 2021, or at least where I'm starting. I have no illusions to think that this is going to last me for the entire year, but I do want to get started. Yes, that was Pounce. Did you hear that? She knocked down the Pounce. So she's playing with fire. I do have a candle going here, if it makes you feel any better. I do have some peace and calm here. Anyway, so as I said, I was going to, in a previous video, I prepared this page knowing that I was going to fill this page with my word of the year. And as you also know, I don't draw anything. So I actually designed it. Yes, I'm a graphic designer, so we are going to use graphic design and create something. So I went to Staples. Let me pull this back a little bit so that we're not zoomed in quite so close. I do have a printer at home, but it's kind of crappy. I need a new one, but I'm also fighting with the idea that I don't want a new one, and I don't even want that space. I want that to take up space in my house. Coupon for Staples. I feel like there was there's a receipt in here. So I printed 6 pages because I made 2 copies of each, and it cost me $6.47. I had them printed on 32-pound paper. So get rid of that. So here we go. Daily is my word. And I have also added to here personal development. I will read for 20 minutes a day. Stationary nerd, I will publish something daily. And reclaiming my house. I am going to declutter for 20 minutes a day. And at the end of the year, that will add up to 120 hours for both reading and cleaning my house. The publishing part, I admit it's going to take much longer. And I've also decided that in order to track my progress, I am going to do a year of pixels. So normally these are used for like mood trackers and whatnot, but I had no desire to do a mood tracker, and I had no desire to draw out this chart, so I designed it. So I've done 3. One for personal development for the reading part of it, and then I've done one for decluttering, and then I've done one for stationary nerd for publish something every day. So, and then I actually just had a whole second set because I know myself, and while we're doing this, I am liable to screw something up. So let's hope it's gonna go okay. All right, let me just put this down under here. Now, if I did this correctly, this cutout should fit here. So let's try it. Actually, let's measure before I cut, shall we? I literally have not taken this out of the package since I got home, so this is my first chance to make sure that they actually printed it correctly. So easy peasy, that's gonna fit, and it's just, this one should fit so that the border remains, and so far it's looking good. So let's just cut. I'm using this Fiskars paper cutter, and it's the one that's got the little wire on it on the inside here, so I can tell exactly where the blade is going to go. And I just put a new blade on it not too long ago, so it's cutting very beautifully. And I was not able to have these printed on sticker paper, so that's why I have also brought my sticker maker Xyron machine so that I can make the back of this sticky. Yay, it's fitting. So these flowers and bird motif that you see here, these are available in the shop. So let me just show you what I've got here. Clearly it's dirty. I at some point spilled something on it, maybe Kool-Aid, maybe watercolor, who knows. This is the Xyron Creative Station Light. This is the 5-inch version, and it's pretty simple. I'm not sure if you've seen one of these before. You know what? This has repositionable. I've not had a problem with it coming out, but this whole contraption on the inside comes out, and you can replace it. It doesn't look like there's a ton on there, so I don't know if I'm going to make it through all 4 of these, but we're going to see. Because it's the 5-inch, it fits in here perfectly. So you just stick it in there. There we go. That's better. And then it comes out the other side, and it's got, oops, let's not burn it with a candle. And then it's got a little cutter back here. And then I like to take something. I usually use my bone folder, but it's not over here, so I'm just going to use a ruler. And I really just try to press along the edge so that it breaks that glue, so that you don't have gluey edges when you take this off. And it looks like I might have screwed up the beginning of that. So we're gonna try it and see what happens. And then this plastic just comes off the front. Yes, I did screw this up. I swear it's easier than what I made it look like. And then you're left with a sticky back. However, like I said, I screwed it up because I accidentally got a piece of that plastic underneath here. So let's just use a tape runner and work. Okay, awesome. So there we go. My word of the year is in place. And it's super cute. Okay, now I have these other ones that I need to cut and glue in. So I've decided that I'm just gonna put these in the back. Like I showed you my budget planner, and I think I'm just gonna choose the 3 pages before that to put the pages of the pixel tracker. So let's just do some cutting, shall we? Now, I'm gonna live dangerously and I'm gonna cut all 3 of these at once. So these I cut a little, or I designed a little bit wider or bigger than the other so that they would fit more fully on the page. So I think that looks good. I think I'm going to back this one with scrapbook paper. Let's do this. Let's zoom you in a little bit. So I decided to back the yellow one. I guess it works just as well to do it with my fingernail. I've had a Xyron machine for, I don't know, forever. I actually have one of the old ones that are 9.5 inches wide that I used back when I was doing scrapbooking. So the reason that I'm doing this is if you just press the top plastic more firmly into the white part, it breaks that glue bond a little bit more reliably and makes it so that you don't have little sticky edges along the edge of the paper. So, okay, just cutting things apart to make them more manageable. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the reading and the house stuff on these 2 pages facing each other, and then I'm going to do the stationary nerd one by itself. So these again are the pages in the back of my journal, and I'm just going to back this one with a piece of cardstock just to give it a little bit more of a separation from the rest. Oops, and I totally did not measure that well. Oh, Pamela. Okay, let's fix that before we move on, shall we? Best way to fix it is to cut it. And the best way to cut it is just put it on the cutter. Now you don't want to cut the page, but you do want to cut that little overhang. And I did cut a little bit of the page, but not enough to make a difference, right? Mistakes, they are awesome. Okay, so let's do this one. We're going to put it, let's just see how we go here. Awesome. I think I want to back the other 2 pages too. Okay, let me go find some paper. Okay, luckily I have an extra, except now that I'm opening this, it makes me wonder, do I really have an extra, or do I have one that is the wrong size? I feel like I've used this before, but I don't remember why. But let's see if I can figure out what was going on with my brain. This does not look like the same thing, right? Maybe I bought the wrong thing. Yeah. This does not look like this. Okay, all is not lost. We're going to set this aside. So this must go to a completely different machine, and I don't really have the desire to buy another machine just to use this refill that I bought. So we're going to hack it. Okay, so let's do pulling this out. Okay, I don't know what this is. Okay, here's the deal. You don't need the machine. You can just get the sticker paper. So in order to do that, you have to disconnect the 2 pieces. Let me just see if I can do this without making too big of a mess. And then you take the sticker part of it, and I have like half of this made it. So I just need to pull this out for the amount of space that I need for this piece right here, okay? And then I have the second piece right here that I need to put on. So this is the sticky side. I am just laying the piece of paper right onto the sticky side. Okay. And then the goal is to try not to get this all over your hands. Okay, it's a mess, but it's possible. Okay, now I'm going to lay this in. So which one do I want first? The orange? Yes, I'm going to do the orange first. So I'm just going to lay this into the page. This is all stickiness over here. Don't touch it. Don't let the cat jump up on it. It's a mess. But that's how you make it work, right? So adding this to the page, perfection. So let me just show you another thing that you can do as you're doing this. So I'm just going to cut this off. Roll that back. And then this white or this clear plastic stuff here can just go over. Just lay that over, and then that takes up all the sticky stuff that's laying there exposed, and then you just cut that. So there you go. That's how you hack a Xyron refill that doesn't fit. I'm just going to cut this, throw this away. Okay, so same deal. Because I did not do that on this orange one, there is a little bit of a sticky edge right there, but usually you can just rub it off. Okay, taking this off. I feel like this has become a video about Xyron sticker machines instead of word of the year. This is my life, you guys. This is how it goes all the time. And we are missing a whole swath of stickiness there, so I don't like putting stuff in there that doesn't have glue on it, so I just hit it with the tape runner real quick. Stickiness on that side. I like these two colors together. What do you think? I like them. Didn't I say last time I was going to bring the trash closer to me? Okay, we're going to do the house one first. Stick that down. And then same with the reading one. And then I am going to go through and actually update my tracker because I have some stuff to record that I have not done, and we are in day 10 of the year. So that looks good, right? That looks good. Okay, I don't know what will work on this paper. So I pulled the scrap out of the trash, and I'm really just going to test these and see what I can do and how I'm going to record. So I pulled some options for pens. So let's just see. Any of those would work, right? So what do you want? What should I do? A highlighter? I always have this highlighter with me, so this is probably the best thing, rather than trying to do it with a piece of paper or with a pen. Okay, I can tell you that so far in January through the 9th, I have published something. Let's see if I can use the fat end. So I am just going to, sorry, is my head in the way? Let's just zoom in so you can see me recording my days. So I'm just going to hit this with a highlighter, and I'm just going to hit all of them. I can say that I don't like a double pass, but woot. And okay, so what have I done for reading? So I for sure read yesterday. Maybe I used a little end if I'm doing one day. So yesterday was Saturday. Friday, oh, I didn't read on Friday. I read for like 5 minutes and then I fell asleep in bed. So I am not counting Friday, but Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday was a yes. And I should also clarify that audiobooks count. And I've been listening to Audible on the drive to work. So I was in the office Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I did not do anything on Friday. I did actually on the 2nd. I sat on the couch and read a book with some hot cocoa and kitty snuggles. So that's not so bad for like just doing it without any specific goals so far, right? All right, so the house. All right, so today is the 10th. I for sure did at least 20 minutes. I did probably more like 30 minutes. And yesterday I also did good. And also on Friday night I did good. Oh, Monday, or the 1st and the 2nd, I also did good. I think that I can't claim anything for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Or no, that's Sunday. Actually, I did. Actually, all weekend during holiday break, I did some stuff. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, not so much. However, I must say, for not actually having the goals set, up until like last night, I would say I did pretty good with my tracker and my progress. So there we go. My 2020 word of the year is daily, and I'm really excited for what the coming year is going to look like. And I am totally open for suggestions, like what would you like to see me publish so that I can hit my goal every day of publishing something for you guys. So anyway, that's all for now. All right guys, have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.